What about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This week,
Or is
the
this
Jacksonville Jaguars signed Josh Pederson, tight end and son of head coach Doug Pederson. Now, Josh Pederson has been making waves this past season. He was in the USFL. I believe he was the second leading receiver. Played well, but he's been a journeyman. He's been around with the Saints, the 49ers. I believe there was another team, the Kansas City Chiefs.
the Chiefs? It was the Chiefs.
But he was never picked up. But this week, the Jaguars actually signed Pederson. So let me, get to it. Is this an unsportsmanlike conduct by the team?
Hold
Because
on, real
when
quick.
we look
I want to call a timeout. Can we just?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, can we just pin Burns' comment real quick? Show that on screen. He's not happy. It's just simple 3 letters of just oh my god. It was well deserved.
What is it?
No, he literally just said, "Oh my god." Again, there's a reason he's got the George Pickens as his profile picture.
Oh my lord.
He's already on the conversion.
Oh jeez.
Yes, if you guys didn't know, me and Burn or me and Tapa, we call him Burn, is our Jaguars fans. So
And they're on the way out the door. They're on the way out the door in a minute.
Yep.
I got 1 foot out right now.
Man, you were so disappointed in that draft.
Burn got everything except the one arm out.
Hey, don't worry, Dante. The Jaguars are going to do great. They're going to win their division, and then you're going to be pulled right back in.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
Jaguars will probably get a baller, and Peterson, was drafted out of who went out of.
Chris, I'm so glad you mentioned
this.
I'm so glad you mentioned this. They cut Tim Tebow for this guy? For this? They cut Tebow for this?
You're about to get the whole state of Florida.
That's not even comparative, Sword. Tim Tebow never touched the tight end position ever. At least this dude plays tight end for real.
He plays tight end.
People make fun of Tebow missing the block, but did the edge rusher get to the quarterback? I don't think so.
Hey, he did have some good stats. In 35 games in college, he ended up with 99 catches for 1,100 yards. He had 11 touchdowns. He had a decent season with the USFL. I think it was a Houston Gambler. He had 325 yards in 10 games. Like I said, he was second in receptions. There is some production, but let me ask you a question, though. Do you think this was more on the lines of nepotism? And the only reason why he got signed is because daddy's the head coach? And does that have any place in the NFL right now? Because, again, like you just said, even though it's a joke, we're talking about Tim Tebow getting signed and getting released, but there are other players we just seen this past season in the XFL who are working their hardest to get in the NFL. And now because of your father, you get signed. Do you think that was a good move by the Jaguars? Dante, as the Jaguars fan, let me start off with you.
It's absolutely nepotism. What are we doing here, Doug? You're doing exactly like I agree, though, but this is almost on the same level as Tim Tebow. Outside of, I give him a little bit more brownie points.
Let's just calm down here.
Hey, man, I give him a little bit more brownie points.
Tim is a 2-time baseball player. You know what I'm saying? He's in there playing football, playing baseball.
So, how about the Mets
franchise?
This is Tim Tebow.
He's an athlete.
One knee.
He's him. I can just smell the steam coming out of Dante's ears right now.
Let me just go ahead and name some of the tight ends that were in free agency. You guys ready for this list?
I'm listening. What you got?
Cameron Brate. Jeff Swaim, who was actually a former Jaguar, who's I thought should have got another chance. Mercedes Lewis. Wow, another former Jaguar. I know he's old, but it is what it is. Kyle Rudolph. You remember that guy? He used to play for the Vikings. So you have Kyle Rudolph, Mercedes Lewis, Jeff Swaim, and Cameron Brate, who's probably the best out of all of them, sitting right there in free agency. But we go and sign a dude that's your son. I mean, this is why they always say, let's not cross-mingle anything unless it really makes sense. If his son was in the NFL and balling out or something, or like at least was looked at in a good light, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. But I don't like the locker room shakeup with this too, because it just feels a little weird. You know what I'm saying? It does. I know they're professionals now, but it feels a little weird when you have these 4 guys that are sitting right there in free agency. Do I agree with it? Hell no, I don't agree with it. Why didn't we sign Cameron Brate and see what he can do? Because Evan Ingram, is one player away from being injured, one player away from being called overrated, and I'm glad we got
Not
the
to
best
hate
out of him
anyone, don't worry.
that we did last year.
Right.
But I mean, if you're scared about all of that, and you're scared about Jess Swaim not being who you thought he was going to be, and Kyle Rudolph being washed, Mercedes Lewis still out there, and he's a super veteran. He's always been super reliable, wherever he's going. So he might be 39, but he's still a beast, man. So
Just having this blocker type.
that's what I'm saying. So why are we bringing this dude in? We already got the receiving. We got so many damn receivers on this team. So what is he coming in to do? Be a special
Block?
teamer?
Just a placeholder.
I don't get it, man.
I told you he's gonna drive the team bus. He's gonna be the co-pilot on the plane.
Oh my
All
god.
good.
He's gonna be the water boy.
The Dallas Cowboys did the same thing. Chris Vaughn, 6th round.
Yeah.
That was one of the scouts' kids. Again, a lot of people say maybe because of the production, I feel that's where he was drafted in 6th round. But you can't deny the fact that nepotism came into play. So let me ask you, do we have a flag on the play here with the Jaguars by signing Josh Pederson?
Yes, we have a flag. A flag on. Just go ahead and go, Jeff. Just go ahead and go to Jeff. Yes, I'm
Hey.
done. No.
We got a flag on the play. Yes. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jacksonville Jaguars right here. Because look who? Chris, stop.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, the Eagles already did that. I don't know if you remember that. We already drafted a firefighter.
yeah.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, this dude Burns said that dude gonna be serving hot dogs and beer. Straight up. Oh my god. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm waiting for them to sign the mascot. I was kidding. Wait.
Let's be honest here. His son, what has he done in the NFL? Journeyman. He went to the 49ers first, Saints first, Chiefs. Can't get a spot. Why are you, literally, the only reason you're getting this opportunity is probably because your coach is your father. Keep personal business outside of your coaching job because you're getting emotionally involved. And literally, watch, Dante, you know what would be the messed up thing? Is if this kid, John Pederson, actually gets the starting job from Evan Ingram. Then we're going to be literally, but we'd be like, why? He hasn't done nothing. He did something in the USFL, but I haven't even watched any USFL because I don't really care. I'm not a.
Don't worry, nobody has.
No one cares about the USFL.
Nobody has. Don't worry.
And he, to be fair, I looked it up in the he played for Louisiana Monroe in the Sun Belt.
Yeah.
In the Sun Belt. So, I mean, Cooley's getting a chance to prove himself. Who knows? He might be a 3rd, 4th stringer. Let's see what he does. It's just training camp. Just fill up roster spots. And if he sucks, if he's to be a bum, cut him. The Giants have Derek Parrish.
Again, y'all cut Tebow for this? For this?
Parker Washington, Yasir Abdullah, and Ventrell Miller. I'm like, they're okay. I can give a pass for them.
We is not about to disrespect.
Everybody else,
As a
stop
Jaguar
reminding
fan,
me.
I think
We are not
I'd be
about to
upset
disrespect
with the fact
Miller.
that you missed the opportunity to bring back Mercedes Lewis. Again, he could have retired as a Jaguar and still been able to, help your team out. As you said, savvy veteran. Can help out that tight end group. Still can block and catch. Like Mercedes Lewis is one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL right now at his age. That's experience that you should want on your team. But hey,
And I mean, again, like you were saying, looking at guys in XFL, I mean, the only name I can think of right now, but like Cal Canella from Renegades, he was still there.
Mhm.
He was their main weapon. So I mean, you've got options. You got the draft. Y'all could have probably gotten Payne Durham, but instead you wanted to draft a defensive lineman /
Oh
running
my
back.
God! Don't remind me.
So what are we doing here, Doug?
Dante,
Imagine the locker room,
you need
though.
to get the water. Do you need to get the water now?
Imagine that locker room though, when every other player is looking at you, knowing why you're there, and it had nothing to do with what you did. It had everything to do with who your father is and who you are.
He's about to get blasted in training camp. Like, you got to prove it. There's going to be a huge target on his back.
Even if I was his teammate, man, let me tell you. they probably think I played for Sean Payton. I'll be targeting, bro. Straight up.
Hey, Greg Williams. Greg, at least we know what position Josh Pederson plays. Unlike Derek. Oh my lord, yo,
That's true. Can't literally wait to see the top 5 quarterbacks.
His top 5 quarter: Trevor Lawrence with Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Michael Hasty, Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence. I'm watching you, Christian.
Spoiler alert! I just had to say, none of us got Trevor Lawrence in our top 10.
No.
So don't come here for the Trevor Lawrence look, because it ain't happening.
Yeah,
Like
don't
y'all couldn't have tried to like lure Gronkowski out of retirement.
I've seen some names in the top 10. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I was like, but it wasn't Trevor Lawrence. They even got the nod over Trevor Lawrence. It's crazy.
It's
I love the
me.
comment. We can give Julius Thomas another big payday.
Yeah. Straight up.
Oh yeah, big time.
As soon as he got signed, he was like, I have migraines.
Except it's not money payday.
That was
it's literally
crazy,
the candy
bro.
bar payday.
It was crazy, bro, when we signed him, because I was like, this dude ain't gonna be nothing. Watch.
But listen, he should have gave at least
I'll be right back.
a quarter of that contract had to go to Peyton Manning, because that was the only reason why he got that.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning made him look like a stud.
Yeah.
Man.
That is wild though. And I mean, going back, I feel like what the Cowboys did with the Vaughn family, that was a little bit different because
It's a scout.
he did
not-
produce. He produced
Sixth
more at
round.
Northwestern. I mean,
You know, in 6th round, you can do whatever you want with the picks.
I was gonna say if it were like 2nd or 3rd, then yes. But 6th round again, you can do whatever you want. Running back room's really not that strong. Yes, you've got Tony Pollard, who's your running
That's all
back
you
one,
got.
but after that, not much. And it's also like he's just a scout. It's not like he was the G. He wasn't
Thank
even the
you.
one that drafted him. Jerry Jones literally was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're drafting your kid."
Well,
And
hold on now. He had the scouting department. He put a scouting report on his son in order for Jerry Jones.
yeah, you're gonna
have
do
it
that.
out.
It's a scouting
Yes,
report.
but it's not like he was like.
But let's
It's not
be
like
honest.
he was.
You don't
it's not
think
like
that
he-
was the first one on the list? You don't think that was on the top?
Now
You know
you're
what I'm saying? You've seen a lot of names, but you just see the son just happen to be the top.
But I mean,
holder.
but
let's
it's
be
a
honest.
6th round. That's a value.
Well,
6th
that's why I
round.
said for 6th round, it's a pick where, yeah, I can do that.
He's a
I can
running
look
back.
at a
He's
player
a
that
running
has
back
a-
who's expendable, and Dallas's running back room, besides Tony Pollard, there wasn't much there.
It's nothing.
It's not like he held Jerry at gunpoint and said, "We're drafting my kid in this round right
No,
now."
I think, like I said, I think Jerry's seen it as, you know what I'm saying? This is a kid who has played good ball.
Yeah.
He's a father, like his father is a scout on the team. Let's bring him on. That was, and again, that's nepotism, whether you like to say it or not. That's an opportunistic opportunity that they gave the kid. He got on there. Now
I will
he
say
has to
part of
prove
it-
himself. But how you
part-
initially got on that team, you can't deny the fact that your dad may have had a little something to do with it.
Yes, part of it
Partly.
could have just, or part of it probably was, we need another running back. He is good. Part of it could be, his father works for us. The other part could just be Jerry just wanted to be in the media again. He wanted to be in the spotlight.
And a good field goal.
It's a good story. Yeah, it's a great PR story.
It's a
Especially
feel-good
when you look at
story,
that.
and Jerry Jones being the one that drafted him, Jerry's now in the middle of the spotlight.
Listen, everybody knows the phrase of, do you want to come to work with me on Monday? We all know that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, even as, if you're not even a Dallas fan, as soon as you hear that, you understand that bond between father and son, and have that opportunity to call your son and say, listen, we draft you, want you to come in. That's a feel-good story. I get it. But let's not deny the fact, it's for the fact that he's his son that he got drafted. That added on to it. But I think Dallas did the best way. It fills a need. It wasn't something where we went out our way and did it like in the early rounds. It was something in the back end where it was a luxury pick. We can take this chance. Not just signing a player when he'd even make the team. Just to flat out sign a player, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I believe that Dallas Cowboys are going to be the greatest football team in all of America. Go Cowboys.